Harihi Om. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Tat Sat. Antarjyoti Bahirjyoti Pratyajyoti Parat Paraha Jyotireva Jyotihi Atmajyoti Shivosmyaham Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Khandamandalakaram Vyaptam Yena Characharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha नारायण समारंभात शंकराचार्य मध्यमाम अस्मदाचार्य पर्यंताम वंदे गुरु परंपराम सदाशिव समारंभात शंकराचार्य मध्यमाम अस्मदाचार्य पर्यंताम वंदे गुरु परंपराम. Welcome everyone. So today our focus will be on Bhagavad Gita Chapter 3, but we can also discuss any questions or anything on Chapter 1 and 2. So who wants to go first?
I don't have questions per se, but we can dive into the discussion of it.
Yeah, I have the slides ready.
Will you be able to share, or I don't know if
Should I read my slides?
yeah.
Okay.
Have your slides ready and then
So my summary of my understanding was, so I understood that there's two types of ways to get to enlightenment. It's yoga of knowledge and or yoga of action. And then Krishna told Arjuna he should seek to do the right action and use the right knowledge. And this helps me because I can keep a balance of my action and knowledge, which will help me stay at peace. And performing good karma will help make good things happen.
okay. What else? How does good karma give you knowledge?
Because you're doing a good duty. Krishna was talking about forgot what it was called. It was like a goodness.
So karma itself will not give you the jnana. Karma yoga, right? Not just karma. Karma yoga means having God as the center of your life and doing actions for Jagat Hitaya, for the benefit of everyone, including you.
Okay.
Refraining from selfish actions that ultimately will hurt you and hurt others. So, selfless acts with the aim of Jagat Hitaya and offering the fruits of the action to God will relieve you from karma bandha and it will give you chitta suddhi. Means your prepares you to receive jnana. So if the sunlight, it falls on all the, but it reflects purely in a clean mirror. In a dirty mirror, it does not reflect. In a still pond, it reflects. It does not reflect in a muddy water that is swirling, that has ripples. So like that, by doing karma yoga, your chitta suddhi happens. So your mind becomes pure and the wisdom, the jnana keeps reflecting in you. The love of God keeps reflecting in you. So it is a part of sadhana. Karma yoga is sadhana. It becomes your second nature or first nature. and prepares you to receive the Atma Jnana.
Is that the same for all the other three yogas?
What are the other three?
Like there's karma, raja, hat, and jhana.
Jnana.
Like there's 4 types of yoga.
Hmm.
So like is it the same for the other three?
Yeah, let's name the other three.
Okay.
Karma Yoga. What is the next one?
There's karma yoga. Oh, there was karma, bhakti yoga,
Hmm.
raja yoga, and jhana yoga.
So Bhakti Yoga, yeah, it's Bhakti Yoga. It purifies your heart. Right? It not only leads Chitta Suddhi, in Bhakti, it depends on where the Bhakti is directed at. When it is directed at Paramatma, it not only gives you Chitta Suddhi, it connects you to God. Yeah, so as the Bhakti grows stronger and stronger, where do you start and where Bhagavan starts, that boundary gets blurred.
Okay.
So it's much more powerful, Bhakti Yoga. But it has to be unselfish, pure devotion.
Okay.
Can I comment? Um, so the chapter started off with Arjun saying, "Well, you're telling me all of these intellectual things, and then now we're talking about karma yoga." So what kind of rang a bell with me is from my last reading of Gita, which by the way I didn't notice in this time's reading, but my takeaway from last one was um the actions that we take, or maybe I can phrase it better. um jo bhi kaam, whatever kaam that we are doing, whether it is um for basic thing, cleaning our room, or um sharing food for with the family members,
Mhm.
or any activity that we do, instead of taking a perspective of I am doing this to benefit me, if we take it, I'm doing it to the best of my ability in the name of um the Supreme or Sri Krishna, because his what he wants us to do is to do the work. And why work? Because we're kind of young, and the more work we do, we get the experience of doing that, and that experience will help us build the knowledge. There's like two versions of learning, which is you do it and you learn, and the other is you think through it and then you learn. But because um being I shouldn't say so young, but being on a more inexperienced side, the work has a faster approach of learning, as compared to thinking about it, because not necessarily thinking will get us to the right path. And then in the other aspect of it is, um, if this may not be chapter 3, it could be maybe an overlap of different one. But what something kind of reignited in my mind is whatever activity we do, we renounce the fruits of that action um to Sri Krishna, or to our Lord Supreme. What that helps us is it reduces that attachment that we have towards the work we're doing. Okay, I'm studying very hard for my exam because I want a good score, versus my job is to do my best to study for this exam, and whatever score I get, that fruits are not mine. That belongs to my guru, the guy who's teaching me, those types of things. That reduces that attachment that we have towards the work, while making sure we're still doing the best of it. If it's supposed to succeed, it will, most of the time it is. I've yet to see it fail in that aspect. That it kind of reminded me to bring that thought into my day-to-day practice. Whatever calm it might be. It's just kind of a mindset of I'm doing this not for my own, but for benefit of I want to renounce the fruits of that.
So, couple of yes, yes, very good thought. But in this, see, you have pure science and applied, right? When you are learning, you know about pure science and applied science. Same,
Mm,
jnana is pure science. You are learning,
mm,
but the way you apply it is through karma yoga, through bhakti yoga,
mm,
and the, the pure science is clarifying doubts in your mind, removing the wrong concepts and introducing the right concept. And then
mm,
the applied science is you are acting on it through karma yoga.
mm.
And both are needed.
Oh,
See,
yeah,
without right knowledge, you won't have right action.
yeah.
And if the knowledge does not result in right action, then it's not the right knowledge. So you need to have right knowledge
Mm,
through jnana yoga and remove wrong concepts and get right concepts. And that should result into right action. So both are goes together. As you get right concepts, obviously it will express itself in the form of right action.
mm,
And the fruits you are not renouncing because you don't even own it.
yeah.
Yeah. You say you are acting, but it's your body that is acting. It's not you. It's your mind that is making that body act. So you are Sakshi. Your true identity is Sakshi. So you are witnessing your body, mind, and intellect operating to perform an act. And you are witnessing the energy coming to you, coming to the body, the mind, in helping that body perform that act. So
Mm,
body is given to you, the mind is given to you, the intellect is given to you, the energy is given to you. So what is you are only claiming that I did it. So you are just relinquishing that ownership.
okay.
I am Sakshi, Atma. I am not the doer. So because I am not the doer, I am observing the act being performed through this body, through this mind.
Mm,
These are also coming to the body only. So when somebody says through bad karma he got this injury, let us say, as an example, the pain is coming to the body only, not to the Atma.
mm,
When somebody suffers in life of some bad, let us say some bad karma, whether this life or previous life, that suffering is coming to their mind only. It's not coming to the body, it's not coming to the Atma.
mm,
The mind suffers. The mind performed something in the past. It is stored in the chitta. Chitta Suddhi did not happen. That person is going through that suffering. He is, he is now experiencing the suffering associated with that bad karma in the mind. But Atma is neither enjoying nor suffering. It is witnessing.
mm,
So the fruits are coming to the doer. Karma phala always comes to the karta, the doer. But who is the doer? Atma is not the doer. Your real self, Sakshi, is not the doer. So realizing that, you offer this, whatever you receive, as the Bhagavan Prasad. So offering, you are not renouncing the phala because it does not even belong to you. It is coming to your body, to your mind, your intellect. You are voluntarily understanding that I am neither the doer nor am I the receiver of the karma phala. Everything belongs to God. Is a understanding that you develop. So with that understanding, you have neither the doership nor do you become the bhokta, enjoyer of the karma phala.
Yeah.
So it does not touch you. It is all
So
offered to God.
okay. So Ashwin, if you don't mind, I'll ask one more question.
Okay.
So so then we spoke of touched on like these things, right? Something that I didn't have clarity on, and instead of kind of doing a self deep dive on this, I thought I'll save it for asking, which was the concept of inaction.
Inaction. Mm.
Yeah. So action makes sense, which is you you decide to pursue the right thing in your morality. You decide to do bhakti because it is the right thing to do. So in terms of the battle that stages around Gita, in that regards, what would inaction be? Because we know action would be the choice to go and fight for the righteousness, the right dharma, right? And that's where he is struggling with it. So would inaction, meaning the wrong choice of dharma, be not choosing to partake in that battle of righteousness? And does that make it wrong?
Okay. So you are a student. Hey, where,
Mm-hmm.
let us say, not now, but few years back, you are a student. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
If I don't study, there is no consequence. I already completed my study. Or now you completed your studies. So if you don't study physics, nothing happens. There is no consequence. But Ashwin is still studying, the student. If he does not study, there is consequence. He will fail the exam. Same way, if you don't fight, there is no consequence because you are not a soldier. But if there is a soldier on, if he does not fight, there is consequence. Not only he will die, his side will lose the war. Country that he represents will get defeated.
So the
Based on the role only, you have a role, right? That role has certain responsibilities, duties and responsibilities, and some authority. So whatever that role is required to do, if you don't do it, there is consequence. So there is consequence either way. If you do, one set of consequence will happen. If you don't do, another set of consequence will happen. You cannot, not doing is also a choice that you made. It's an action. And you took your karma is to relinquish your duty in that case. So the karma phala of relinquishing the duty will complete.
okay. That cleared that answered exactly what I was thinking about.
So that means you are relinquishing because you did not have the right thought, because of incorrect understanding, because of wrong thought, you relinquished your duty. Whereas as a karma yogi, through jnana yoga, when you have the right thinking, right thought, the thought of relinquishing your duty will not arise. You will perform it as a duty without expecting, without worrying about the result of the action. You are only doing the duty. Whatever action, whether you win the war, lose the war, that is the result. But first you have to fight war to either win or lose. If you relinquish your arm, or relinquishing the duty.
Okay. So in addition to that, right? Um let me make it a little bit more relevant to our day-to-day life, which is um so if there's something significantly wrong that I think is wrong happening to someone, I will try to interfere to kind of do stop that, whether it's like a bullying that's kind of happening, or something rude that's happening, or negative office politics that's painting somebody in a wrong thing. I won't go out of my way to partake in it, because that's if I start doing that everywhere I see, then I don't get my job done. But if I see that it's happening to a certain extent, I would kind of intervene. Or when you're younger, back in the college days, I see um, the wrong things happening. It's just to the level of how wrong it is. It could be happening by me too. But I wasn't as self-aware. I would kind of respond to the world around me in that regards. Um, so when do we decide it's better to do action versus inaction? So we know what our role is, but if we see kind of maybe something that's happening on the gray line or a little bit past the gray line, is that the right time to intervene, or it is also okay to not intervene in that regards? Because I don't think the world's problems are mine to solve, but I also think that if I'm in the right place at the right time, I probably have some duty to contribute some value, or offer some resolution in that regards.
So wherever you are, whatever time it is,
Mm,
you, whatever is happening, it has some impact on you. Right? The happenings around you,
mm,
some extent it will influence you. Same way you can also influence the happenings around you. It's works both ways. The either if you can do a positive contribution, do it. If you cannot do positive contribution, at least keep neutral. If you cannot do that, what you are doing is you are making things worse, either by inaction or action. Right? I'm not saying take by taking action you will make things worse. Right? You can make things worse than what it is by being inactive. So action or inaction is one thing. Are you going to make it worse or better or same? So if you can do positive contribution,
mm-hmm.
make things better by either taking an action or keeping quiet, do it.
That helps.
In any situation, it could be, I'm not saying it's not specific to one situation. It could be any situation, it could be any place, any time. What do I need to do to make these things either better or at least same? Should be your concern.
What, where do we stand in terms of, um, and by way, I just mean like from a spiritual perspective, right? Which is, maybe a friend or someone in the family, it doesn't matter. Someone we know of, they make the wrong choices, and they make this without telling you, because they know we're gonna be opposing it, and then a problem arises and they come with the problem and you offer a solution, and then 2 3 months go by and they kind of keep in a repeating thing. It could be anything. It could be alcoholism, it could be poor behaviors, poor eating habits. It's anything bad, not being faithful to your partners, the whole spectrum of it. um I'm trying to find out if I'm doing things correctly in that regards in my life, because for me, professional life is separate, personal life is separate, and then um the intimate life that we have with spirituality, with religion, with bhakti, if you will, that's very separate. So professional life, it's almost whatever happens, I shouldn't get impacted. With personal life, it impacts me the first few times, and after that I choose, well, you have a drinking problem. You need to stop drinking. You don't drink it, don't come to me.
Yeah,
I'll
I
help you
got it.
maybe once, twice, those types of thing, right? Same thing with drugs, or people making those poor choices. In that regards, where do we stand in, from action or inaction? My thinking is, my duty is If you come to me for help, I'll offer it. And if you don't listen to it and you put yourself in the same hole again and again, it's not really my problem. I can't help you there. Is that a right way to think about action and inaction in that regards?
So you don't have personal life, professional. You don't have so many lives. You have only one life. Yeah.
No, I would disagree, Subbu uncle, because office folks don't know the type of person I am at home. There is a face that I portray, right? If my coworker is having a drinking problem, I'm not really gonna bother to get involved there. But if my friend is having a drinking problem and my friend is coming and asking for help, I will help him or her once or twice. Because after why once or twice? Because after that, I know my efforts
It's
are
your
in vain.
because your level of attachment, right? But see, at the end, everybody has only one life. They they have only 24 hours. That 20
Mm,
they divide between 8 hours of office life,
yeah.
uh, 8 hours of this, like that. They divide their life into various buckets. But life is
Mm.
one. You don't have three, four lives. Life is life. You you,
I
you
I'm
can
not
divide it in
denying
10
that.
different buckets. Somebody
Yeah, yeah.
can, right?
I'm not denying that. I'm not going to say God doesn't exist when I'm at work. What I'm gonna do is my duty is still gonna be the same way. My relationship to my spirituality is gonna be the same.
Yes,
The difference is I'm not gonna bother
right.
bringing that out or preaching
That's
it
what
to
I'm saying.
my
You have only
yeah.
one life. You have only one life. The- However, many different ways and permutations that you want to divide
Mm,
different buckets, the life is one. Now, y- your role, you are always playing a role, right? As an employee, you have a role. You play that role. As a friend, you have a role. The responsibilities of a friend is different from responsibilities of a coworker, right? You cannot mix the responsibilities of a friend with the responsibilities of coworker. As a
mm,
coworker, you don't have that kind of attachment or responsibility towards your coworker. If he's alcoholic, as long as he's not disturbing the work, if he's disturbing work, you will go and complain to the management. If your coworker comes drunk to the office and makes a fuss, you will going to
mm,
get involved and complain. Or if you have been working with that person for 10 years, you develop a rapport, then all the remaining co-workers will try to do something about him, give him at least some advice. So it, the action that you want to take is always based on what you feel, what you think. Your thinking, your emotion drives you always in whatever situation. Because you are attached to your friend, you are your emotion is directing you to help him. And when he repeatedly fails to listen to your advice, your emotion of frustration prevents you from helping you again. So there is never a point where you are not driven by your mind and intellect. Your emotion
it
and your thinking process is always driving you as a backseat driver.
it's let me what you're saying is right, or it would have been very accurate for me at one point in life. Right now the sense of attachment is not quite there. um with friends or with families, that level of attachment is not there. One line from Ramayana which Sri Ram kind of explained to his brother Bharat at the time was, our life is like a river, and or what the world is like a river, and we are just nothing but leaves, broken twigs and branches. At some point in interception, we're bound to be together, and that time is to be cherished. But the river keeps flowing, and there will come a time when you need to separate your ways. So there's no need to get sad about the separation of those ways, as long as you can cherish and have positive memories of that time that you're spending together. And that kind of helped me a lot in my day-to-day aspects of it.
Gita Ramayana.
Yeah, I don't know that's the word, but
That's
there,
Gita
there there's
Ramayana.
yeah, there's some amazing nuggets of information in that. And that's something, it's almost always there anytime I make a new friend, and I'm like, the point is not to prolong this friendship, the point is to cherish this. You go tomorrow, you do something bad, and I'll try to help you. Take it, great. If you don't take it, so that point of frustration is no longer there. It's more so like, I don't know the right word to, uncle, but am I explaining correctly? It's not frustration. It's because the attachment is in there. Very few people can drive me to that level of frustration. Otherwise, I'm just like, this is not a smart person, and then move on. But the people that you care, you trust, you like, if I'm in jail tomorrow, the person that I'm gonna call, those are the people that can drive me to frustration, and that's not many of them. Um, in that regards. And I realize this is kind of a small therapy session that's happening, so bear with me. Um, how how do we respond to people that keep reaching out after or they keep wanting some form of attention, or they want something from you, whatever it is, time, value, resources, whatever it is, and we've told them, you can no longer have this from me. It's there was a point in time where you had access to it, you were even entitled to it, but you have made certain choices that I disagree with. That's the end of it. And when they keep coming back, and a part of me wants to believe this is because the optimistic side of me is thinking this is someone who is trying to change the course of their life. Maybe it is my duty to help them, but the pessimistic side of me is, I've tried helping them twice, I haven't been able to get through, they need to find somebody else. But they keep reaching out, and I think it's attachment from that person, and they don't, maybe, they've not processed.
No, it's not attachment with that. It is when a person is drowning in a river. Yeah, it is the nature of that drowning person to cry for help. Okay.
Mm,
Now, if only a person capable, an expert swimmer who is very strong and who is trained as a lifeguard, who is equipped with the kind of floating devices that a lifeguard has, and a team to back him up. Only such a person can go pull that person out, right? Not every bystander is capable of pulling
mm,
the person who is drowning. They will drown with him. Okay, the, their sometimes with their inability or lack of strength or lack of experience, lack of skill, sometimes they put their weight on that person and drown him. So if you are not with, see, with your, at your age, with your understanding, with your maturity level, both intellectual, emotional, and understanding, if you are not able to help that person, there is nothing wrong in it, right? But he's that person who is drowned, he will keep on, he's gasping for air, he's gasping to get out of that situation, he's unable to get out of the situation, and he will keep crying for help until a person who is capable of helping will come and help it. Okay, so it is, you will, any bystander will try to help out of nature, but they will realize at some point that they are not equipped and capable of helping, and if they try more they will also drown, so they will stay back. That is what happens in life, always, anyone. So Bhagavan is the only one who can help everyone. Sadguru is the only one who can help everyone. This Shastra, the Bhagavad Gita, they will help a person not to venture into troubled waters and get stuck in such places. Who knows, in future, any one of us can get into a difficult situation if we don't have right thinking. So early in life, people have to listen to Vedanta, understand right thinking, and not get ourselves into that situation. Not do karma that will lead our life to get into trouble situation. Right? So that person definitely needs help. Whether you can provide or not, he will keep coming to you, or he may be not the only person that he will come to. When you are not available, he is going to go to some other person who may be equally frustrated like you. Okay, so don't feel bad about your inability to help that person. You did what you can only do what you can do. You cannot become a superman to help everyone and every person at all the times. But you have to recognize that this person needs help, and that is why he is seeking help. So if you have time, if you have energy, if you have capability, do it. Otherwise, don't do it. That's all. Don't take that internally. If you take it too deep, you will be like a person going out without knowing how to swim and trying to help that person. You will not swim. You will also get stuck in that situation.
That
Let's
helps.
see, Ashwin, what are your thoughts on the discussion so far? How does
Uh,
it apply to karma yoga?
But I have a question. So,
Hmm.
i- if somebody has a problem and they make it a problem for you, will you get punished for that?
No, see, it's always your karma only that you are worried about, right? Not others' karma. Others' karmas impact you because it is your karma phala.
Okay.
Yeah. So what is happening is, when you take a ball and hit it to the wall, it is bound to come back to you. Right?
Yeah.
So likewise, it's a feedback. So what is karma? Karma is neither a punishment or reward. It's a feedback. So when you do something like hitting a ball to the wall, just like the ball comes back, any karma that you do, the result will come back to you. You cannot.
Okay.
It will come back to the doer. Yeah. And when I say come back to you, I mean whoever took that action, the result will come to that doer. That is the law of karma. It come immediately. So there is a 1 second. The faster you hit, the faster it comes. So it can come in this life, it can come in next life. It will come without fail. Now the question is, when it comes, you should be able to catch it. That's what we do. We keep doing. Catching is, we suffer that phala. It's a feedback. So if you do a good karma, the feedback will be good. If you plant a mango seed, mango tree, it will give you mango fruits. If you put a bubble tree, you will get bubble tree. You cannot expect, you cannot plant a bubble tree and expect mango fruits. Same way, if you do bad karma, you cannot expect good results. So if somebody is giving you trouble, he will suffer his own karma. But whatever suffering or joy, happiness or joy that you experience today is always based on your karma, past karma. When you understand that, there is nobody else to blame. Whatever good or bad that comes to you is always the result of some action. Because without cause, there is nothing happens.
So, so when you like break the cycle, you get enlightened, are you still bound to karma?
So karma is in three types. Yeah. One is called sanchita karma. Let's say agami karma means the karma that you are going to do in future. Yeah. So
Okay.
from now on, whatever karma that you may do in future is called agami. So the results will also come in future. The actions are in future. The results are also in future. So if you, from this moment onwards, if you follow karma yoga, selfless karma, offering it to God, then the results will also not bother you for those. Okay, you can escape agami karma through karma yoga. Now the second one is sanchita karma, means it's already based on actions that you have done in this life or previous life. It is like your bank balance. Vast amount of karma over millions of life forms. It's huge. It can be destroyed or removed either by experiencing that karma phala, you can exhaust it, which will never happen. For infinite life cycles, people keep on doing new karma, accumulating more bank balance, and so, but the the called sanchita karma or accumulated bank balance. But you are not going to enjoy all that in this life. So for every life, a small portion is withdrawn. So out of that $1 billion, for this life, you take a small amount. You withdraw, let us say $1 million. And that is called prarabdha karma. So at the start of this life, you withdraw $1 million out of your $1 trillion sanchita karma bank account. So prarabdha karma is the only thing that is applicable in this life. It's a small subset of your vast sanchita karma. And you try to exhaust that in this life while accumulating new agami karma. But your prarabdha is what is your current life. You are not capable of experiencing every karma phala. A small subset is given, taken for this life.
So is the Atma bound to karma?
Atma is not bound to anything. See, your real identity, Atma is not bound to any karma. So that is why Atma Jnana relieves you of all the Sanchita and all the Agami. Prarabdha is anyway for the current body, so it will go on until the body is there. So the karma is only for the mind, body, mind, intellect. It's not for your real identity. It is for your acquired identity, it is there. So the suffering, the enjoyment and suffering is also to your body, mind, intellect only. It is to your ego. The suffering, both the suffering, the good results of good karma, you will enjoy through your body, mind, intellect. The bad results of your bad karma, you will suffer through your body, mind, intellect. But your Atma is neither enjoying nor suffering. It is always in a state of Satchit Ananda. It is like a electricity that is making the bulb glow. So if you are attached to your body, mind, intellect, means you are your wrong identity. Because of wrong identity, the whatever comes to that body mind, you will suffer or enjoy that. But when you realize that you are Atma, Sakshi, you have neither karma nor karma phala.
Okay.
You are a witness to the body. You are witness to the mind. You are witnessing the intellect. You are witnessing the good results coming to that body, mind, intellect. You are witnessing the bad results coming to the body, mind, intellect. So nothing is impacting you, the real you. If you think through this, when you are a small baby, it's the same you that is observing you as the small boy. As you grow, your body changed every day. Your mind changed every day. Every day, new thoughts came to your mind. But you are the one observing how your body is growing, how your mind is growing. Your intellect is developing every day. You are observing that. So you are the observer of what is happening to your body, mind, intellect. You are the neutral observer. That's why it's called Sakshi. That is the real you. The unchanging you that is observing every change that is happening to your body, mind, and intellect is the real you. You don't say, I was half a person when I was half my age. And after few more years, you don't say, now I am double the person I was earlier. It's always you, the same you. As the body is born, grows, decays, the body goes, another body comes. It's the same you that is observing all this. Throughout the many life forms, many births, past births, this birth, future births, the unchanging you, the real you, the one that is always Satchit Ananda, the one that is not impacted, not bothered by any of this, is observing. The actions are happening through the body, mind, intellect, and the results are also coming to the body, mind, intellect. So by not associating, you disassociate with any of this. You remain as Sakshi. Then you are free. The freedom is right here, right now. It is not some distant future. It is not based on time. It is based on understanding. The moment you understand, you are free. If you do not understand, then all this sadhana is needed. This reading, this Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasa, Yoga, all the sadhana is needed for you to prepare yourself to understand. But the moment you understand, you are free. The moment you realize this truth, you are self-realized. That liberates you. That washes off all the karma. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Any questions?
No.
So we will continue chapter 3 next week. Let us close with our closing prayer.
Uncle, I don't have a direct question, but more of a passing thought, and we don't need to discuss it today, but maybe next one.
Okay.
So if Atma is of a witness to the body, right?
Mhm.
So and again, I'm okay with not having an answer for this. So in the story of Sri Ganesh, where his head is detached from him, and then there's a replacement that's happening.
Mm.
So it's fair to say, in that regards, although the body was not intact and it had to go through kind of like a reconstruction process, if you will,
Mhm.
the Atma stayed intact in that regards. But the only Atma that moved on was that of the elephant from whom the head was taken, correct?
No, 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 that's not the purpose of the story.
Okay.
Parvati makes Vinayaka with the dirt of her body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
So that means he is made up of matter.
Mm.
Prakriti, he is a child of Prakriti. Okay. He is put as guardian. So that means he is a pure materialistic child person. He is made as in charge or guardian of the material world. He does not understand consciousness. He does not understand Sat. He does not understand Atma, Shiva. So he refuses consciousness. He refuses Sat.
Mm.
Okay. So Shiva removes his head, means head represents ego.
Mm.
The avidya, ahankara, is removed from him. Now he is put a head, means wisdom, self-realization is given to him. As so Shiva is the Sadguru for him.
Mm.
So he bestowed upon him jnana. Now everything is jnana swarupa,
I
Vinayaka.
see. Oh,
So his what do you call?
trunk.
He can grasp anything clear correctly. He can sukshma eyesight. He can see things clearly as they are without any filter. He can listen everything correctly.
Mm.
Okay. Moda means priya. So he becomes not only the eater of all the karma, he finishes it. He is a bestower of pramoda, happiness to everyone, because he is an enlightened master.
I see.
So
Okay.
that is your goal. Ganesha is your goal. See, this world, Prakriti is Parvati. The world is our mother. The consciousness is our father. We have to realize both, serve both. So, serving Shiva is Atmano Mokshardam.
Mm.
Serving mother is Jagat Hitaya, the matter. The matter means Prakriti, the society. So, be Ganesha, serve Shiva and Parvati. Atmano
Okay.
Mokshardam Jagat Hitaya. Oh, I have to. Let's close.
That was beautiful.
Om
Thank
Shri
you.
Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om Namah Shivaya. Om Tat Sat. Thank you. Bye. See you next week.
Bye.